For thousands of years, the tale of Sodom and Gomorrah has captivated theologians, historians, and skeptics. Two cities consumed by divine fire, punished for their wickedness. Their names became synonymous with sin and destruction. But were they ever real? Or were they simply cautionary tales etched into religious texts? Now, after centuries of speculation, a groundbreaking archaeological discovery has flipped the script. In a desolate corner southeast of the Dead Sea, a team of scientists uncovered evidence so staggering it might finally prove the biblical story was rooted in reality. Buried beneath layers of ash, twisted architecture, and melted stone lies a city that was annihilated in an instant. Not by war, not by natural disaster, but by something far more terrifying. The biblical account. The Bible recounts that Sodom and Gomorrah were part of the cities of the plain, destroyed by God due to the extreme moral corruption of their inhabitants. According to Genesis 19, the cities were engulfed in fire and brimstone, with only Lot and his daughters escaping the catastrophe. But for centuries, mainstream archaeology treated the story as myth. While some believed these cities could be symbolic, others posited they had historical roots that were simply waiting to be uncovered. And now, the latest evidence suggests they may have been right all along. Ptolemy, the leading candidate into Ptolemy, an archaeological site in modern-day Jordan. For years, it was just another ancient ruin. But recent excavations unearthed a destruction layer unlike anything seen before. Radiocarbon dating placed the cataclysm at around 1650 BC, eerily close to the time many biblical scholars believed Sodom and Gomorrah existed. What shocked scientists wasn't just the widespread devastation, it was the nature of the destruction. Buildings were blown apart, pottery was instantly melted into glass, sand was fused into fragments of brick, and bones were found shattered and scattered as though tossed by a massive explosion. The cosmic blast theory, after careful analysis, physicists and archaeologists began to consider a theory that had once seemed far-fetched. A cosmic air similar to the 1908 Tunguska event in Siberia, where a meteor exploded in the atmosphere and flattened 800 square miles of forest. This ancient city seemed to have experienced a blast 1,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima. The temperature would have instantly soared to over 2,000 degrees Celsius. Anything living would have been vaporized. Lead researcher Dr. Stephen Collins and his team found high concentrations of shocked quartz, tiny diamonds, and melted minerals. All signatures of a high-temperature, high-pressure event, consistent with a cosmic explosion. Melted stone and instant death. Among the rubble, archaeologists discovered pottery shards that had been turned to glass on just one side, a clear sign of a heat flash from one direction. Human remains showed signs of instant death and bodily trauma not caused by weapons or tools. Some were decapitated by flying debris. Others were found lying face down in positions indicating sudden collapse. What's more, the destruction wasn't localized. The entire region bore the marks of widespread devastation. Agricultural fields were turned into lifeless desert. The once fertile valley was rendered uninhabitable for over 600 years. The Dead Sea connection, curiously. The location of Ptolemy matches many descriptions of Sodom from ancient sources. It lies near the Dead Sea, in a fertile area that would have been desirable for early civilizations. But after the cosmic explosion, the region's ecology collapsed. High levels of salt, possibly thrown up from the nearby Dead Sea during the explosion, poisoned the soil and water. Could this be the true origin of the biblical fire and brimstone? Comparing texts in geology, cross-referencing the physical evidence with biblical descriptions, reveals uncanny similarities. The book of Genesis states that the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, and the smoke of the land went up like the smoke of a furnace. Geological samples from the site include sulfur and ash, and the vitrified surfaces of pottery and mud brick resemble material found at nuclear test sites. The evidence suggests a blast wave, intense heat, and raining debris, all matching the account of divine judgment. What this means for history and faith, the implications are profound. If this truly is Sodom, it represents one of the few times archaeology has confirmed a specific biblical event. For believers, it strengthens the historicity of ancient scripture. For scientists, it serves as a sobering reminder that natural disasters, or cosmic ones, have shaped our past in ways we are only beginning to understand. It also opens up new questions. Were the ancients recording historical cosmic events in mythological terms? Could other apocalyptic stories from the Bible or other cultures also have cosmic origins? Ancient warnings, modern threats. What makes this discovery even more chilling is its modern relevance. Earth is constantly bombarded by space debris, most of which burns up in the atmosphere. Woo! But as the Tunguska event and this ancient explosion show, larger meteors can strike with devastating force. NASA currently tracks near-Earth objects, but many remain undetected. A similar airburst over a major city today could cause mass casualties and economic ruin. The ruins of Sodom may be a warning, not just from the past, but for the future. Controversies and critics. Not everyone agrees with the cosmic blast theory. Some archaeologists argue that Tal el-Hammam is too far north to be Sodom, or that the dating doesn't align perfectly. Others question the interpretation of the data. However, the evidence continues to mount. As more researchers visit the site and peer-reviewed papers are published, the scientific consensus may shift. For now, the debate is alive, intense, and utterly fascinating. Whether you believe in the divine, the scientific, or both, the ruins of Tal el-Hammam have forced us to reevaluate ancient history. Under layers of destruction lies a story not just of sin and judgment, but of nature's untamed fury. In a place once thought to be legend, scientists may have unearthed the truth more terrifying than fiction. Sodom and Gomorrah may have fallen not by the hand of God, but by the skies themselves, with a force we are still vulnerable to today. And perhaps, in that ash-covered silence, lies the most important message of all. Remember, if you found this discovery as shocking as we did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into ancient history and cutting-edge science. What do you think destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah? Leave your thoughts below and stay curious.